Hey there guys, thanks for checking out our board game review of Asking for Trobils from Breaking Games. This is designed by Christian Strain and Eric McDonald. Now, just before I get into the overview, I just would like to say, for some reason, when I did this video with the guys, the intro video that I'm about to do now is corrupted, but we still got the gameplay with the guys and the verdict at the end. It's just for some reason the intro didn't work. So I'm just going to go over the intro with you guys quickly now on my own, and then we'll go back to the gameplay and the verdict with the guys. So, Asking for Trobils is a worker placement game, and the whole theme is we live on a planet called Paradise, which is over there. It's beautiful, it's lush. Unfortunately, there's lots of little troublemakers called Trobils. They look like this, these little slug things, and what we've been assigned to do is basically capture them and shove them through this wormhole into some other place so that they can be someone else's problems. So to do that, each player will get a little player board like this, and it has all the locations on the map on here. All right, and that'll be relevant in a second. This is your ship, so each person has their own little ship. They're all exactly the same. It's just they have their own little design, which is awesome. So, on your turn, you have two actions. You can either place a ship, or if you have no ships to place, you retrieve all your ships. We each start with, in a 4-player game, we each start with one ship, and we have another 2 that we can buy here in the wormhole. So, for example, just to go over some of the locations, each person starts with 5 credits as well, and there's different places we can go to. So, obviously, I said, yeah, this is Paradise. Then we've got... This is the Star of Renji. This is where you take the Trobils to shove them through the wormhole to some other planet. But the other locations are pretty standard. Like, for example, this one here is Planet Pommy. This is where you can come get some magic carrots. This one here, the asteroid belt, you can get crystals. Over there, you can get ore. Over there, you can get slugs, and you can get more slugs if you trade in crystals. Over here, you can get mega traps. Over there, you get basic traps. This planet is called the Smashed Rock, and this is where you can get sort of cards that give you little quick abilities. They're like personalities in the world, if you like, and they do various things. They'll tell you as you pick them up. You also get credits there as well. And this one, yeah, this is the interesting one. That planet is called, I'm just going to check my book so that I can tell you exactly what it's called. That is called the Orenji Station. Now, why that's significant is, when you come here, you can get, you can buy these little upgrades, and they work like this. So I'm just going to push this out of the way for a minute so you can see that. So this is your ship. If you buy, say for example, this money one, and you put it over there, then every time you go to this location, which is the same place as that, you'll get the 2 carrots and the money. And if you add more on there, for example like this, every time I go here, I can get 2 carrots, money, and ore. And they're different ones, they'll refill up, and you can have, like, for example, it costs you more. Every time you add more, it costs 2 more credits. But I could go there and get 2 ore and 2 money and 2 carrots every time I go there. So that makes those locations much better to go to. And you can add them, obviously, all around your ship. So every location you go to can get you something special or something interesting. If you want more ships, you can come over here, spend 3 credits and 3 ore, and you get a new ship to put in your location, in your little holding. Because obviously, the more ships you have, the more locations you can visit before you have to retrieve all your ships. It's pretty simple as like that. You keep going around, each person places a ship, does the action, next person goes, places a ship, does the action, until you have essentially enough supplies to purchase a trouble card or capture a trouble card. So for example, this one right here requires 1 carrot and a trap, and when I capture it, it gives me 3 points, and that 3 points is banked to be at the end of the end of the game, no problem. You put that next to your ship, and that's 3 points in the bag. But whenever you go to this location, and you can see multiple people can go there. Oh, I never mentioned the fact that it's a bumping game. So, for example, let's say I'm at the ore, and someone comes along and wants to go to the ore, they bump me out, and I go back to my station, giving me the opportunity to go in the next turn without having to retrieve. But obviously, where there's multiple locations, like at Paradise and this Star of Renji, that's where you can do those. But when you do go there and you dump the Trobils, you can dump as many as you have through the Star of Renji. You then get the money in the corner as well. So if I dump this dude through there, I flip it over and I get 2 money. And the game will end in this deck of Trobils. As you can see over there, there's the deck over there. There are 3 of these, technically 4 of these. Not technically, there's 4 of them in there. This one's not in there. So this one says, for every 2 traps at the end of the game, you'll get 1 victory point. Now there's 4 of them in that deck, and as they fill up, so we keep replacing the new Trobils, we buy them, we send them through the star, but as soon as one of these comes out, they replace that. And as soon as there are 3 there, then there's no longer space for Trobils, the game will end, we count up the points, and the person with the most victory points is the winner. And that is that. So we're going to go into the gameplay now, and you'll get to see us play through a few rounds so you can get a general gist of the flow. But it's very simple. Place a ship, do the action, next person goes. And then once you've done all your actions and you have no more ships left, you retrieve your ships and the next person goes. Okay, so see you guys in a sec. Gameplay turn. Alright, so this is the gameplay turn. We've had a few revolutions. There's not a lot to show you on
the table, by the way. We haven't like up arms and got our pitchforks and stuff.
So this is my player board. As you can see, I've got 4 extra benefits from the station. I can get credits and gorillas and carrots from there.
They're all, by the way.
Yeah, these are my resources. I've got this is my 1 ship, and I've got another ship on the ore mining section down there. That's what Mick's board looks like. He's also got a victory point card, which is worth 4 points. That's what Tone looks. Actually, that's what Tone looks like.
Mysterious one, because I flushed it down the.
Yeah, that's
star.
Right. This is Martin. Right, so
mine was a beholder, apparently.
So Tony's the first player, so he's going to take the first action. Ooh, crap. What are you going to do, Tone? So
See the riff-raff.
Alright, so you get 2 credits and a riff-raff card.
Good card.
So the riff-raff cards are play immediately things. And
We who enforce the law must obey the law. Sheriff, take this card. You may discard this sheriff when encountering another player's pirate. Do not pay the resources to the pirate. Discard that pirate and take all of the pirate's resources. So obviously it must be a pirate.
Yeah.
Card out there.
Let's keep that for later.
I'm really stuck on what to do on my turn, so I think I'll just retrieve my ship.
Well, you've only got the 1 ship, isn't
Shut
up. So my turn. I'm going to buy another ship. So I'm going to go
greedy.
there. So I'm going to spend 3 credits. Please, there, Martin. 3 ore. Thank you, Martin. And I retrieve my 3rd ship from the warp. So that's me. That action is now no relevance to me anymore. And that's me. Mick, what are you going to do?
I'm going for 2 crystals, please.
Alright, so you get 2 crystals. You don't have any bonus actions for that, do you? Nope. No. Tony? Ah, he's bumping me. Right, so I get my worker back.
I get 2 free.
He keeps doing that as well. What's worse is, I really want to bump you from there as well. That's great. I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh, right, I don't even have
Shut
to
up.
retrieve.
So, I get shit. That costs me 3 and 3.
Right, I was prepared to retrieve on my turn. Now I've got all my ships back. I have to actually think about what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. Do I have it? I do. So I'm going to go to the slug factory over here. So when I go to the slug factory,
Is that what it's called?
It is slugs. I don't know what the station's called.
You have to go and catch them on the moon.
Paradise Moon. So when I go there, I get a credit. So I get a credit from the bank. And you can do multiple actions there. So you can just go there and get a slug. Or you can spend a crystal, get 2 slugs. Or 2 crystals to get 3 slugs. I'm going to spend 2 crystals to get 3 slugs. That's my action.
Unfortunately, I have to bump. Is it Tony? Get a card and 2 credit, please. Clever trick, but 2 can play that game. It's a smuggler. This feather brain knows a guy who knows a guy. Pick any one connection card available on the board and add it to your ship card on the Tyson Comet side for free.
This is the Tyson Comet.
Yeah,
Nice.
indeed. So I'm going to go for it.
Not that you guys could have saw that, but this is the Tyson Comet, so he places it on his relevant section on his board.
Okay.
And what did you take? The carrot?
Carrot, yeah, to...
Space carrot, in fact.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
normal carrots, only less filling. I don't know.
So when you get 2 crystals, you also get a space carrot.
Smuggler's been used, isn't it? So,
Yep. And then replace the...
It's a hallucinogenic carrot because it's a spaced carrot.
yeah.
Another
Well,
gorilla.
thanks for bumping, so I can and bump.
Oh, you legend. Thank you very much.
Tony, this is not a cooperative game.
Shut up, man. You benefit from him twice doing that. I think I'm going to bump Mr. Donahue. Michael Donahue.
For your Facebook fans.
Somebody else that can be
So I
stored.
get
No one's going to follow me. They're just going to say how to play a game so crap.
Right, I
They're
get
not
2
gonna
money.
ask
I've
for that
got a
information.
bonus tile there, so I get a carrot from that. And I will also draw not 2, 1. I found a hitchhiker. Let's go. Time like ore is a highly limited commodity. This old miner is looking to hitch a ride. Take this card. When you visit the Tyson Comet, discard it and collect 2 ore.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
I'm going to bump you, Tone. There for the
What
ore.
were you saying?
So I get 2 ore
It's
from
going to
that.
happen more and more often now, isn't
I
it?
also get a coin, a credit. Space credit. Must be done.
Do that. Right, so
How
I'll
many,
spend my 2 credit.
how many troubles can you flush at the same time?
As many as you want.
To get an ore. And I think
I think the theory behind that is like if you the longer you take to do as many as you want, people can remember more. Like I can't remember what Tone's one was.
I don't care. There's nothing I can do to influence it. So
It's true.
I'm going to try and score as many points as I can. Fair play to you, Tony, if you get more than me.
Which doesn't happen often. Replace the unison done. Me.
2 space carrots.
2 space carrots.
Anything else bonus? No?
I'm going to go here. 1 trap, 1 carrot. Look at this cheeky little number.
Okay. And then replace it. I'm going to go over here to the Mega Trap Factory. Spend a minor trap into ore.
A Sminer trap.
Yeah, to get
That's what they're called, a Sminer trap.
a massive trap. Thank you.
I'm going to retrieve.
I'm going to block that space off then. A lot of investment for 6 points. 1 was 7 for that.
You get 4 credits when you space him.
True. Should have gone for this one there. 5.
True. I had the 3 slugs, so I thought, oh, I might as well.
Bump.
Thanks, brother.
I swear, there's some kind of weird... I mean, I'm pretty certain Jason's got his hand on Tony's leg.
Only if I could reach that far.
I
His legs are not that long.
am retrieving. So what is on your leg?
So I want to go to paradise. Spend.
Oh, God, here we go.
I'm gonna spend my Mega Trap.
I got Tony that one.
So me.
So I got my first 6 points in paradise.
Oh, what the hell? This is always going to be awkward.
Do you get the bonus before or
3 ore,
after you
please.
visited the space?
Which space are you talking about? Right, so with the bonus, you get it beforehand, and you can then use that bonus. So, for example, if you wanted to go there, and your bonus was to get a crystal, you could go there, get that crystal first, and then spend the crystal to get the slugs.
Yeah, although I'm not sure there are any crystal ones. I don't know what's in there, but I imagine it's just those 3.
Yeah, it does look like it, unless Mick shuffled really poorly.
Probably shuffled poorly.
Alright,
Has
so
been known.
tell me where you're going.
You bump.
I love this bumping business.
So 2 carrots, 1 trap, 1 ore.
What I don't love is the fact that that was next on my list. Skadoosh.
That's a lot of ore. Right, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to get these 2 crystals. And I'm going to drop the hitchhiker off and get 2 ore. Thank you.
Where do I want to go? I get pretty much good stuff everywhere I go. I think. Do I want to? Yeah, I'm gonna go there. So I'm gonna get 2 credits, an ore, and
A dickery card.
what is it? What is it? Racer. Light speed is too slow. Prepare ship for ludicrous speed. The speed demon knows every shortcut through the cosmos. Immediately discard this card and pick up the ship you just placed to place it again. You may not visit this. You may not revisit the smashed rock location.
Man, that's 2 great cards you've got from that.
I do indeed. I like that card. So, yeah, I'm gonna go there now. I'm gonna spend 2 to get me another gorilla. And
It's still ore.
I'm gonna put it over there.
Do you want to tile it? Oh god, oh god. Old man hands.
Yeah. And I'm gonna spend my other 2 credits. Now, the thing with the ship upgrades is if you put it in a spot that hasn't got an upgrade, it costs 2 credits. But if you put it somewhere where there is an upgrade already, it's
It's 1 more for each upgrade you have.
exactly, yeah. So I'm gonna put that there. So I've spent 4 credits to put it in 2 new places.
That's interesting.
I kind of went for somewhere everywhere I go I get a bonus. Not sure if that's good or not.
Nah, it's garbage.
So Tone, now I need you to go to one of these 3
One of those
spaces.
ones. Oh, I've got to retrieve first. Sorry.
Oh man.
Oh
that
no,
was-
I haven't.
I
No,
don't-
no, no, no.
I
Go
want him
there.
to retrieve,
You want
but-
space carrots?
I don't
Space
want
carrots.
No,
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Space carrots.
And 2 credit, please. Right. Home is where the heart is, but the stars are made of credits. Trader, take this card and 1 credit. Place the trader's stand on any location without a stand. Place as many credits by this stand as there are players. When visiting this location, players take 1 credit. When all credits are gone, discard the card and remove the stand. So that's the trader. So where do I want to put it?
He's waiting for you. He's waiting for you. So somewhere where we're going to go, we're going to get credits.
I'll go out there.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
So put 4 credits.
Now,
with it.
presumably this is 1
Yeah,
space,
it's
even
one
though there's
like-
3 spots there.
So Paradise and this thing is the only places where you don't need to bump
That's
anyone.
a little bit shit, Mick, I'm not going to lie.
Well, I'll retrieve then.
I had to because you were in 2 spots. I wanted if I'd bumped you on one, and I would bump you again on the next one.
I think I'm going to go here. Woohoo! Shut up. Let's go 2 crystal, get 3 of these slug things. Okay.
Unfortunately,
Hook a brother up, man.
I am actually thinking about crystals, but ore seems to be quite useful. So I'm going to get some more ore.
For the love of God.
Too kind, too kind.
So I get 2 ore, and what is the thing I get there? A credit.
You'd have got, look, you'd have got an ore and 2 crystals there.
That's a good point.
I'm going for 2 carrots, please. Unfortunately, I don't get anything extra.
Okay.
I haven't actually used carrots yet.
Bump.
No, that's the wrong person.
Thank you.
No, a card and 2 panty liners, please.
Ooh, this took a dark turn.
Say booty
The other game
one
you took
more
a card.
time and you'll be out to the airlock with no helmet. It's a pirate. Keep this card and place this stand on a location without a stand. Before visiting that location, other players must choose a resource to place on this card. When you visit the location, if it has resources, collect them, discard the card and remove the stand.
Wow. That one cancelled it. didn't it?
That sounds really irritating.
You know what's funny is that he's such a corrupt bastard. He's the sheriff,
Sheriff
and
and-
pirate
Same
sheriff.
person, probably.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it's got to be without a stand.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting.
Where do we like to go? It's not going to be here.
You know,
Always a good place.
yeah, or is probably a good place.
So every time we go there, we have to leave a resource on the card.
And is that money as well?
Yeah, I think so.
I retrieve anyway.
Actually, no, I won't.
Oh,
I'll put it there.
Oh, that's nice because it stops people getting money. What a dirt mice.
Actually, I don't actually think money is a resource now that I think about it.
Let's have a check.
Yeah. Let's do one more rotation. Alright, yeah, so you can't get money for the pirate. Okay. You can't use money as the...
Yeah, money isn't a resource, essentially.
Well, I'm going here to take that card, so 3 ore. And
2 carrots.
1 trap and 2 carrots.
And there's a credit.
Yeah.
Booyah.
I feel like I'm lagging behind. Need to...
Yeah,
so-
but I'm
That
keep
is very
shooting my wad.
expensive.
Whatever.
Oh, shit. I'm going to go here. Crystals are used for nothing else, are they?
That's it.
I'll spend that. Get some
There's
more
slug food.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some more ore. So I get 2 ore and credits.
I think I have to retrieve.
You legend. I'm going to go straight in here anyway, so. 3 slugs. Pop there. 4 slugs. 2 traps, 2 ore.
I'm gonna come over here. So I get a carrot. Woohoo! And I'm gonna spend 1 credit for 2 minor trap. Actually, I'm gonna spend another credit to get 3 traps.
As much as I dislike it, I'm going to bump you.
Thank you, brother.
3 ore.
3 ore.
It's got an ore bonus on it.
Nice.
I'll retrieve.
I'm going to bump whoever that
Did you
is.
take the money from there?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Thank you very much. You did.
Yeah.
I didn't. Who's that?
Me.
Get out. I think I'm going to spend 2 cash and get 3 trap.
It's funny. I'm gonna go bump you out of there. So I'm just gonna take a trap and a carrot.
Thanks very much. Oh shit, yeah, actually, I'm getting more as well. God, Jesus, forgetting everything.
Right, I'm going to spend the money to get my last ship. 3 and 3. So that'll come with me. Anyway.
You put it on your board.
Straight
You can-
away,
yeah.
so you get to use it. Straight
Yeah.
away.
Wow.
Didn't realise traps were so lucrative.
I don't understand what this retrieve action is.
Shut up. Right, I'm going to go here. I'm going to flush these for 10 cash.
Whoa, money bags. I'm gonna come over there. So I'm gonna take one of those.
No, I just thought I
Take one of those
should have done
credits.
something else there.
I'm gonna spend a trap, 3 carrots, and 4 ore to take this bad boy.
These things are getting really expensive now. Come on.
I'm going to go 3 and then for 2 crystals for 3 slugs, please. Thank you.
Alright, so I think you get the general gist of what's happening here. We're gonna keep going around like this until I was hoping while I was filming, let's put this up a bit. I was hoping one of these would fill up with the city card that you guys could see, but obviously they'll come out eventually. We're reaching down to the point where they'll now start coming out.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So next 3.
Yeah.
Court.
All right.
Get into there.
So we'll finish off the game and we'll come back to you with our verdict. See you in a bit. Time for the verdict. Alrighty, so we've finished off the game. We've worked out who's won. So without further ado, let's ask Mick about last place.
It's a familiar place for me. I almost own it. Luckily, I've got a couple of others in the group that are competing for it.
How many points did you get? 35, was it?
35.
Right, and then
Our usual competition from bottom. I managed to come third by 1 point.
we got 36, so it's a pretty tight competition down at the bottom there. And then between me and Martin, it was pretty tight at the top as well, but I came second with 45. That's what my resources. I got a decent amount of points. I got 36 from there, something like 34 from there, and then I got 11 from my resources, because the victory point ones that came out was every 3 carrots you get a victory point, every 3 money you get a victory point, and the last one was every 2 crates you get a victory point.
Traps, aren't they?
Or traps, yeah. And then Martin was the winner with 48, was it?
48, yeah. 3 points ahead.
So there we go.
I had 40 points of Trobils, which did it for me.
Yeah, that was good. I had 34, so 6 points behind.
How many?
31.
What?
Well, it was interesting. We were just talking while we were preparing for the video. Like, Tony didn't do any. If you look at his player board, he didn't do any. Well, he did one right at the beginning.
This is right at the end.
Right
Yeah.
at the beginning, right at the end.
Yeah, and he got that one for free from one of the pirates or something. And he did 35, 36 points. So it was interesting that, you didn't do too badly for basically not getting any upgrades. Which I thought the upgrades were a reasonably standard thing to get. And Mick, you got quite a few as well.
Yeah.
Especially at the last towards the end, you went quite heavy on the upgrades.
Yeah, it was thought when we were coming for the
victory
for the
point.
victory point things, it might help me. It did with the carrots, but don't made that much difference, obviously.
All right, so that was who has won. Let's have a chat with the guys. How about you, Tony? Let's start with you because the camera's pointing at you.
Yeah, nice, easy, inoffensive game, really. No incredible mechanics in there. Worker placement. I quite like the bumping mechanic.
You were allowed to bump other people other than Jason during the game.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know
it
if
just
you
happened.
realised
There was a
that.
lot of to and phone from them.
Yeah.
Just happened that way. That was really good. Yeah, enjoyable to play, but really quick, no downtime. In actual fact, it was getting to the point where it was coming round so quickly to me, I was not
Ready for it.
yeah. But then you don't have to put much thought into where you're going. You just look at the board quickly, decide what you need, and just bang, down. So yeah, no downtime at all. That's all I've got to say, really.
How much would you give it out of 10?
6.
Is this something, because you don't have any kids and you don't play at home with your family, so this is not really something you would buy, would it be?
No, I can see it being a good gateway game or game for kids to play. It's nice and easy and quick.
Maybe you should get some kids to play with it. Maybe you can win.
There you go.
How you answered that? This is a child capture from Chee Bang Bang there.
How about you, Mick?
Well, I thought this was definitely going to be a 6 for me, but it's going to be a 5 because I absolutely hate the stop a game dead.
Atomic ending. Yeah.
Really
End game
bugs
trigger.
me.
Done.
Yeah, it always will bug me.
Actually, did you draw it?
I did.
You did. So actually, we did have an equal number of turns. So
We did.
even if it was at the end, have an equal number of turns. So starting with Tony again, that'd be it.
Yeah.
The same situation would happen.
It worked out right this time, but it doesn't mean that the mechanics.
I
are
agree
any good.
completely. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying about maybe start. Yeah, I think it'd be good start a work placement for people. And up to that point, I didn't have any real problems with it. It wasn't too bad. Clearly, I didn't know a good tactic for it. But yeah, I mean, I felt it was all right. It was easy to work, very easy to work out, and there was hardly any complications. For the first go, was barely any needing to check the rules. So, which is always a positive sign.
We did one thing wrong actually, where there's multiple spaces. So this card isn't for this space. These 3 spaces can do any one of the cards, and I think we didn't realise at the time. So we
And you
played
can
it
have
as though-
multiple ships in the same
Yes,
area.
exactly. Yeah. Rather than bumping your own, if you wanted to do that one twice, you could go on any space to do that one twice.
Yeah.
But we didn't realise that. And as we all played it, I suppose we were all at the same detriment, and it felt fine. It didn't feel any kind of.
I agree. It's seen obviously Jason and Martin. Well, they might want to talk about it themselves, but Jason and Martin were obviously fighting for the win of the game, and looked like they both went slightly different ways of using their connections. and it seemed to pay off both ways. So that's also a positive.
Yeah, I went with every location is good, and you went with certain locations are going to be brilliant. Yeah.
My theory behind it was basically I'll do the cash one because that will enable me to get more basically of these enhancements, whatever they're called. Carrots on them because I didn't want to go to the carrot spot, and then this one traps seemed quite good for most things for gaining this and gaining this, and plus everyone else wanted to go there as well. And then I gained the ore and money from that, and so basically I was just bouncing on those two after a while, and that was my thought behind it. So I never went on the ore spot, I never went on the carrot spot.
And mine was to keep the versatility open. I wanted any spot to go to give me a benefit. Hence the reason I put upgrades on all departments, which worked alright. I mean, I don't know. There's only those 3 upgrades with ore, money, and carrots, and carrots obviously the only thing carrots are used for is to getting Trobils. And then of course at the end we were lucky to get carrots as a victory point card. Is that you done?
Well, I mean, I don't know what else you want to say. Could dominate, I suppose. Like I said, I mean, it wasn't annoying me at all. The game I was having, I think it was okay. You know, lots of better games, but it depends what market they're trying to hit. You know? Yeah. So, like I said, I don't have no problem playing it with the family or anything like that. It'd be definitely a good starter game.
Is this something you'd play with Sam and Caleb?
Yeah, I'd have no problem with that. You know,
and more importantly, they probably wouldn't.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't either. Yeah. So it didn't. The game didn't annoy me at all. I quite liked the characters and everything. As with a lot of games, you know, you need a bit of luck sometimes. I mean, Martin didn't affect his game because obviously he still won. But I mean, I think he got the lesser characters out of the thing.
The
but
riff-raff cards
we've already seen, didn't really affect the game completely. So yeah,
I think partly that was because I didn't care what was on the cards really. I kind of went for the money and the carrots, and if I got a card that did something, great. Otherwise,
like a bonus.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah. I mean, I felt the first couple of cards we opened up, it was like, say, a trader or something where you go there, you get some stuff. I felt almost like it was going to be like, I unlock it for everyone else to do.
Yeah, although all of those things did give you something, the thing that they were giving out, and then put the rest on the board. But it was a bit like that. You get the first for free, basically, and everyone else did.
Which was cool, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was quite an interesting game in terms of, I think the components are quite decent. I mean, I believe this was kickstarted by another company before, and I think the company's name is on the left behind, next to Breaking Games on the front there. Cracking Games. And the components were obviously far, like all these components, the carrots, the crates and stuff, I think were all like really good, like interesting component pieces. But the game was obviously quite expensive. That's why it went out of print. Then Breaking Games took it over, thinned down the components a bit to go to, instead of like this one had the previous, I believe, had this and 3D components, and they went with, we'll just do the token components to make the game cheaper and more affordable. I think that was a good idea because
they are completely fine. Yeah. There is nothing wrong with the components.
You wouldn't want to pay a lot for this.
Well, exactly,
for this game.
And that's exactly the point I was going to make. I think that was a good idea because this type of game is really light, family-friendly game. I mean, I'd play this easily with my boys and my partner, and we would have a good time. I think the game has got some reasonable, decent situations like how you want to use the upgrades, where you want to go to get what you need to get the cards before someone else.
And do you want to bump anyone?
Yeah, bumping is also an interesting decision. In a 2-player game, you get or if you bump someone else, so there's a bit of a benefit to bumping people. I love the idea of the city cards going inside the deck, and you don't really know when they're going to come out or what's going to come out because you don't get to check the city cards before you put them in. So I like that. That sort of makes the end goal sequence a little more random, so you can't just...
My only issue with that is, because, and Mick touched on it as well, this one, because it was the last one out and the game ended immediately, it was blind luck on that one.
Yeah.
We could actually prepare for these by going after these resources. This one was, I happened to have 4 traps, I got 2 points from that. Unlucky for Mick, who had only 1, he got no points.
Yeah.
Because nobody could do anything about it.
Yeah, I think maybe it should have won the last.
It would have been nice to have a final round
rotation.
after it or something. Yeah.
I feel like it should be that as well.
Because then your engine, you know, okay, it's still
Unless it happens to hit on a turn we have to retrieve, then it sucks
yeah.
anyway.
But you know, I mean, if you had an engine, like your engine might have benefited from the extra round.
Yeah.
Because wherever you go, you might have been able to boost up to get more points with it. Not that you did badly anyway, but yeah, I mean, I've already said it. I've always preferred another round. I know we hit on the point that it would have finished anyway with me.
if it was an equal number of turns.
But that's just lucky, you know. That's just pure luck that it was me that got that card, you know. So
What's interesting is this game can play up to 7 players as well. I don't know what that's like because I've not played any game at 7.
I don't think it would be a lot different.
No,
I
'cause
mean the downtime was so minimal anyway. I can't see it making a massive impact.
only the bumping would be a lot more relevant because almost all the spaces will be full. You don't get as many ships as well. You start with 1 and you have one to buy when you have
That's
7 players.
14 ships potentially.
Exactly, yeah. And I love the fact that the ships, we haven't talked about this, is that they are referenced to sci-fi culture. Like this is a Firefly. You've got Futurama over there. You've got the Enterprise. And somewhere around here is a Klingon ship.
Your one.
Yeah, the Klingon ship. So they're really cool. There's a couple other ships obviously in the bag. They're really cool. They got some extra component of these cards. So actually, I don't mind this game, and I think it depends. It makes quite a showing us. I think it depends on who you're aiming this game at. Okay, so those are the other 3 ships that you can play.
That hand just disappeared out. Yeah. He paused the video, doesn't he?
So you've got UFO and maybe Slave 1. But yeah, from my perspective, I quite like this, and it in a way to explain, I like this because I would play this with my family or with a gamer group that's not heavily, like I play on a Wednesday with another group called the Gamers, and they're not heavy Euro players, so this will be a tea for them. Like it's quick, it's easy to grasp. The concept is quite fun that you've got these little gremlins running around causing shit. And the locations to go to are not hard. You can't be blocked out, so there's not a lot of aggro in you. I think it's a decent game. I mean, score wise, it's difficult for me because I wouldn't buy this. This is a review copy. I don't think I would go out and buy this. But if I had a copy in my collection, I wouldn't be upset. So I'd probably give this a 6.5.
You have to look behind Tony though to see that he's got no kind of filter for games.
How about you, Cubs?
Okay, right. I'll start off by saying I don't think I'm the target audience for this. This game was far too light to engage me. Really, it was. I mean, there was no like long-term strategy at all. It was literally just how do I get the stuff I need for the cards out, because that was it. So it was way too light for me. I didn't like the kind of, I think, I don't want to say swingy, but there were imbalanced cards in the riffraff, whatever they were called. Some seemed to be way better than others, and that felt disproportionate when the same person gets the very good ones. Like Jason had to immediately retrieve that ship and place it again.
Speed,
twice.
I think it's Speed Racer, I think it's called.
So good, because in a worker placement game, when you have limited resources and you can replay that piece, it is amazing. We've already touched on the kind of atomic ending thing. I don't really like that much. And as I say, it was far too light. However, things I did like, I think powering up the spots for you, so a spot is inherently better to go on for you than somebody else, or different, I think is a great idea. And I do really like that. And I did try and utilise it a bit. The components are fine and all that, and it is light, so for family play and whatnot, I think it's fine. I just don't think I'm the target audience for this game at all, really. I mean, for a gateway worker placement game, this wouldn't be the one I would go for, I don't think, anyway.
No, yeah, it's definitely the case. Because like this would be good for, like, say, Carla, Margaret, Shaw, and Emma, and them.
But I can see kids, like my children, maybe they're a bit young, but in a couple of years they'd be drawn to kind of like the thematic.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no the interaction in this is extremely passive. It is literally I place the thing down and give you your worker back. That's it. There's no negative bad things you're doing to each other at all. maybe the placing the pirate down, but even that's fairly. You then still have the choice of do I go on that spot and then interact with the pirate,
and you
or
can
not?
still do the spot as well. You just have to have.
Of course, you just pay a resource to go on it.
Interacting with players is all positive, isn't it? The
Yeah.
bumping out gives them a chance to go again.
So I can see why
Yes,
kids.
Tony and Jason.
I can see why kids would kind of be drawn to that because there's very low negative effects and lots of positives. On your turn, you're always getting stuff. You place there, get stuff, go there, get stuff, go there, gain a card, that sort of thing. And it's always gaining. And that's why I think Rado likes it as well. It's like there's no negative, aggressive stuff. It's all just like positive gain. But in closing, I think a score for me, I think is probably going to be quite on the lower side. If we take 5 as an average, I think I'm going to have to put it as a below average score for me, and I'll probably go for a 4.5. It's not to say it's bad. I just don't think it was for me.
Well, and that is a key concept. Yeah, it's the point of these sort of videos is to show what games are for or who they're for.
Yeah.
And like if you're looking for a family weight game, this is for you.
I mean, mechanically, it's completely sound.
Yeah. Component-wise,
There's no
mechanically,
problem with that
theme,
at all.
everything is perfectly fine. It's just obviously if you're looking for a little bit of meat to your bone, then this is
Look somewhere else.
this is not going to be it because it's very light, family friendly. I call it the daily magic effect, which is it's just positivity. You can't block anyone, you can't stop anyone. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why I think about the atomic ending as well, keeping these secret is not a big deal because there's not really much you can do.
Well, this is the thing as well. I mean, basically, flushing these things I did purely for money.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, the fact that other people could see my score, what difference did it make? There's nothing they could do to influence that whatsoever, so who cares?
You can't stop them from getting a resource they need for that next card.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't have got that last card. If I would definitely not have got that last card had there been any slightly competitive game. I was able to just walk to it basically, and nothing anyone was going to do to stop it, unless somehow I slipped up.
Yeah, you can't block anyone, you can't steal anything from anyone. And not that I'm saying that every game should have that. It's just, it's one of those things that it's not meant to be an aggressive aggro game. It's family friendly, fun, light, have a good time, chase some troubles, throw them down the toilet.
It's also fairly good sort of game length as well. We touched on the fact that there is no downtime. It
was really quick.
It's very quick, sort of take your turns. But also in terms of game length, I mean, it's a 4-player game. What, an hour, maybe 90 minutes at a push. There's
and I don't even think 5 or 6 players would add much time to this either.
I don't think so either.
No, definitely not.
Do you want to play it with that many players? I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's true because these will cycle out much quicker as well. And you can even play a shorter game as well, where they suggest where you take 5 of the trouble cards out of the top once you've done stack the deck.
Dear, no, don't do that. Well, you could potentially end before one person's, or I don't know how many troubles there are, but I mean, you might have 3 of them gone, and then it's 6.
Well, did any of us get more than 5? I don't think
4.
we did we?
4.
Got 5.
Yeah, and I got 4. So basically, we got 4 each and 5 there, and the game was over. So if you took 5 out as well, I mean,
it's at least basically 12, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I say, I mean, it's definitely not offensive. The game, I think it's smooth, runs smoothly. But as Martin said, I mean, maybe we're not in the group for it.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean it's not worth buying for other people.
Well, there you go. That's Asking for Troubles from Breaking Games. If you like a little bit of theme, a little bit of orange,
It should have been for me.
then go check it out. I'm sure Breaking Games would love you to pick up their copy.
Maybe that was it. I got confused at everyone else being orange, and I thought being too generous for me.
All right. See you guys later.
Right.
So, yeah.